All right, welcome back. This is M-Dog, and we are checking out Chronicon. Action, role-playing game, loot-based RPG, lots of fun. Sort of getting into it myself. Thought we'd put up a little video showing you a little gameplay. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. It's a good example, I think, of when sometimes just really good mechanics and fun gameplay loops can make up for a lack of, AAA or even A graphics, because this certainly has a certain look to it, right? And really nice graphics wouldn't be something that stands out. But nonetheless, that doesn't mean it's not fun. So let's look at single player, create new hero. I wanted to show you the 4 classes. So Templar, which reminds me of Paladin, Berserker, Warden, and Warlock. So like a mage, archer. Looks like pretty basic in terms of the 4 classes you can play. But as you'll see once we get into our character here, which we are playing a Berserker, I'm going to pull this menu up here and just talk a little about, this is our inventory, but this is kind of the base menu where you get to a lot of the different systems in the game. Namely, what I want to talk about is the really the builds, how you can build your character. And I have really enjoyed playing around with this, looking up, seeing what kind of builds people have come up with. I'm going heavy into the dragonkin side of things, which is all sort of course, fire-based. And there's also some like tanky elements, some health and regeneration elements in there as well. But it's interesting because our main ability actually comes from the Frostborn. We're using the Frost Claw as our main ability. But then a lot of the passives and the other stuff we have going on is going from Dragonkin. And Mastery, a whole nother way that you can sort of tailor your character to certain ways. Again, we're going sort of pretty heavy into the Dragonkin Mastery right now. But I also want to keep putting some points up here because this gives us more reach, which I believe will help us do even more and more, basically area of effect damage. So that's what we're looking at this character. It's been fun. I've played through the first kind of world, which is called the Fallen Temple. I'm just now starting in the second world of 5, which is called Elven War. And then I believe there's a lot of stuff at end game in this game as well. At least that's my understanding. A lot of things I still don't understand. This is your home base. You can gamble for new gear, trade with this guy. Over here you can do some enchanting on your equipment, gems and socketing here. And then this fella here can reset your skill points and do other stuff for you. You kind of get your main quest through him. But, by the way, there are like some basic wardrobe options with dyeing your gear and stuff like that. Thankfully, there's personal stash and shared stash. I've been holding on to some uniques that I've picked up, which star of the show in this game is definitely the loot. So let's go out to the forest frontline so you can just kind of see what the game looks like when you're playing it. The whole first area, Act 1, if you will, took place more of like a stereotypical dungeon setting. And so a lot of grays, and it did get old after a while looking at all of that color palette. So immediately when I got to World 2, I was like, oh yeah, I'm excited about this. We get some greens now, looks a little more vibrant. And yeah, main abilities on left mouse button right now. We do have a passive, sorry, not a passive, a thing that we can activate by hitting the number 2, which is going to give us the increase of damage of all of our dragon skills, and it generates rage for us. And then after that, we can hit Ember Shield, which is the only dragon skill we have for now. We'll have it more later in the build, in the direction we're headed, but for now we have this, which gives us a burning shield that also does 60% damage, which is fire damage, to anybody that's within 3 meters. So all of those passes that we got off of fire, that we have going off of fire, that's mostly what it's going to be benefiting from now. But as we develop this build further, it'll start benefiting other things as well. All right. So I am a little distracted because of how loud it is suddenly. There's the Ember Shield fire. And the cool thing is like, yeah, things just start to explode. And then loot goes everywhere. So we'll pick up loot that looks reasonable if it's worth a lot of value, or if it's an upgrade. I just don't like spending all the time that I would have to spend. So like this, even though this ring is not good for us necessarily, it is worth 1,500 crystals. So I'll take that. If you take everything, you're constantly having to go back, which you can if you want to hoard loot. And I don't know, you know, how important the silver is down the road, but all right, that was really messing with me how loud it kind of was. So let's just kick this audio down a little bit. I have music turned off anyway. All right, this should be a little more reasonable. Let's see how this feels. We'll keep getting into some combat here. All right, more loot to look at. And either you like games with lots of loot, or you don't. And if you don't, this is not the game for you. Because as you can see, you will be spending a lot of time. So this is interesting. We lose health, but we do gain damage. I'm going to pick it up just to look at it a little more closely. Based on our gear, we also have some things that are like circling us. I think what they refer to as satellites. That's doing a little bit of damage to stuff even when I'm not attacking. But most of the damage is coming directly from us right now. Yeah, these archers are kind of tough since we don't have any long-range skills. I have to kind of get up pretty close to their face to where if it's melee-based enemies and they all run at me, that's when everything pretty much just explodes. And you can move the mini-map around, which is nice. Large maps like this, once we explore a lot of it, the mini-map will end up taking up a lot of the space. But you can resize it and move it around to several set locations. But at least, like, at this difficulty, at the point of which I am in the game with this build, normal enemies have a hard time doing enough damage to actually hurt me very much. It's sort of the, oh, look at the carnage. It's sort of the bigger enemies that I have to worry about in terms of starting to do a little bit more damage. But I definitely look forward to it. Maybe I'll do an update video if I actually get far enough to where this build starts to really get good in terms of extending that reach and just doing more and more AoE damage. We're going to have a massive streak in terms of the amount of enemies we've killed in a row here. As long as we don't break it up. Oh, I think we're going to miss it here. Oh, maybe not. Thankfully, like, legendaries and unique items have a special, like, shine to them. Oh, there's the boss. So, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of loot that I miss that I even just don't even ever... So, like, this one here, this is a unique item. And that actually looks like an upgrade anyway. And unique items are always worth more to sell them anyway. Another one, I think. Yep, unique. We'll have to look at that closely too. Let's clear the screen so we can actually see what we've got here. Let's see what we've got here. All right. So these boots, even though we lose the health, it's such a good damage increase. I think it's worth it. Oh man, this does fire damage. Again, we lose a lot of health. I don't think we do it though. Actually, let's keep this stuff up here so I don't get confused. This is stuff that we're selling. This is what I wanted to look at. That is such a big upgrade. And this unique hood is as well. And we also have cube sockets and stuff. If we start getting gems and stuff, we'll be able to put that in there. So that is no longer going to be an upgrade. That still will be potentially once we hit level 24. So here's the boss. Let's kind of see what we're looking at here. I can't tell. Maybe this map isn't as big as I thought. I thought it was going to keep going right. Let's just kind of clear it out a little bit and then we'll fight the boss, I guess. Just so you can see one full kind of map clear here. Okay. Upgrade like that, we'll just throw those on real quick. I also hope to get eventually get some, maybe a skill that, you know, just works with like movement speed or being able to move across the map a little more quickly. You can just tell this is going to be one of those games where at some point efficiency is going to become really desirable. Alright, so this is a increase. So we have a 6-slot bag instead of a 4-slot bag now. And we can just drop that one. And this looks great. Again, we're losing a lot of health, so I'm going to save this one just in case. But if we can manage this, stay alive with this, every time we kill a foe, it's also going to give us a speed buff. So again, we potentially can move across the map a little better. We're going to go down to this sort of bottom right part of the map. Make sure we didn't miss anything significant over here. Yeah, and even through all this, I'm not seeing our health drop very much, so I think at least right now we're in a pretty good place. Now, I have been pretty thoroughly clearing stuff out, so I'm probably over leveled a little bit. I would imagine the average playthrough, if it's not your first time, you're probably not quite as thorough as I have been. The amount of XP I've gotten has probably been a lot, but alright, let's just kind of walk back through here, make sure that none of this is especially good. One thing I haven't tested that I will have to test is if you drop a legendary or a unique, does it show up on your mini map? Like some games like Diablo, that type of game, have gotten to the point where, you know, it shows up on your mini map so you know it if you walked away from one. I could see that being really nice in this game, but I just don't know if that's the case or not. Okay. I think we can move forward. These are just like shrines that give you random things will happen when you click on the shrines, basically. Okay, so the map is continuing to expand as I move up here. Very fun game. I think it's on sale on Steam right now. It's been out for about a year, I believe. And ooh, a small clearing. Let's see what's in here. Hold on. I didn't know what was going on with that. All right. There is a unique, but it's a Templar item. It is worth a lot, though. So yes, it does show up on the mini-map. If you can see here, it's pink. So that's showing that it is a unique. So I will pick it up, if only because of its sell value. And we found a trove. Pick up all the goodies, and let's just quickly Make sure there's nothing we need here. I mean, we'll take these to look at them. Okay. So we cleared out this little shrine, this little area. It's pretty cool. I like it. Keep moving. I just really like taking on the pixies. They'll all run to me. The elves are a little more annoying because they're ranged. Archers and the magic elves. Yeah, I can't wait to figure out how to get some farther AoE damage and stuff. Okay, so even this scroll that dropped is showing up as pink on the minimap, so it must be a special scroll. Let's see what that is. We'll get it in just a moment here. Teleported right to the scroll. Alright, so this is a cast Hailstorm 5. I like saving those for boss fights. You basically get a really powerful spell. Alright, so that was a unique that you can use on a boss fight, which can be pretty cool. So you see the crowns above some of the enemies' heads. So far I've seen anywhere from 1 to 3 crowns, which I believe just shows more of an elite level of enemy. Again, there's a lot I don't know yet about the game, which I love that. I love the discovering things. These just aren't very good. How full is my inventory? Yeah, we've got room. Oh, these might be worth it though. Let's see, what do these do? What are we losing? I think they just got a better roll on it. I think they just got a better roll. Okay, so we have a skill point to put in. Is it a regular skill point and a mastery? Yeah. So I think we're going to keep going over here. So we got enkindled. I think we're also going to go with boiling. Let me look at my my cheat sheet here. I found a build. I kind of like the way they were, at least some of the ways they were going. It looks like they were using both of these. So let's put one in boiling as well. And then mastery. I think I want to continue to get some farther reach. So I'm going to put another point there. Alright, cool. Alright, I think we're good. Let's just head to the boss fight now. And then we'll wrap this up. I'm curious if any of y'all have played this game. I don't know how I missed it, but it hadn't been on my radar at all, even though it's been out for like a year now. And, but I love this kind of game. I mean, a lot of the games that I've played that would be in this genre are more of the bigger budget games that are a little more graphically intensive. But I guess what I've realized, it's funny, I was playing a fishing game lately that kind of had that same dynamic where it's like, okay, it's not graphically intensive, but it still has some really fun gameplay ideas. So, all right, so what I want to do is that scroll that we're going to use on the boss fight, Hailstorm 5, I actually want to attach that to that. So when I hit V, it'll cast that scroll. We also have a higher level of health potion and mana potion, which frankly, so far with this build, I just haven't needed to use much. So that means we can go ahead and sell these potions here and just get rid of those. Alright, and so this scroll will be used up in just a minute. Alright, let's go see what this boss is. Show yourself, elf. Alright, so we're going to hit V. Once the boss fight starts, we're going to hit V.
You lost this war before it even began.
Let's see what that does to him. Alright, there it goes. Oh, yeah. Am I going to just stand in this? Yeah, I can tank it. We can tank it. Ooh, that hurt. We're still good, though.
No. I've failed.
Oh, yeah, you did fail. Alright. So, that's worth considering. That's worth a ton. And the rest of that looks like garbage. So we want to advance north, but I think we also want to go back because I think we had a quest to kill that commander. So let's see if there's a travel point, and then I'll just kind of wrap this up. Yep, there's oh, so Sergeant Jorgen came with us, so we don't have to go back. So we turn in the quest. The elves are preparing something. Our scouts spotted them rounding up all stags in an area ahead. We can only assume that they've planned to start a massive stampede to destroy our lines. Follow the road north. I'll take you to the stampede. Find whoever is in charge and take them out. So he just dropped some stuff for us. Might as well take it. And Private Nick also has a quest for us. I overheard the scouts talking about a cave infested with spiders the size of a house. A squad was sent out to investigate, but we haven't heard from them. My brother's in that squad. I worry of him. Uh-oh. Please, if you're heading out, can you look for my brother in the cave? Yeah, I will happily do that. So, I guess we leveled up again. So we have another mastery point. I think we want to just keep going with fire damage too, but I also don't mind it. Oh, we don't have a mastery point, sorry. So sometimes you just get a regular point and not a mastery point. All right, do we want to have increased fire damage, or do we want to have Dragon Within increases fire damage in particular? The goal is to end up with both of these a little higher. Probably push them both up to around 3, I think. And the only fire damage we're doing is from Dragon Within right now for the most part. So I think I'll just put it on that. And I'm going to take us back to the Chronicon because this is kind of the loop here, right? You've gotten some gear. Oh, we can use this now. It's actually more resistances. Technically, it's going to make us more survivable, which I'm okay with because so many of the decisions lately have made us more focused on damage. But yeah, I think I'll keep with that one. So I think we're good. I think we can sell all this. Let's just confirm. We'll sell it. And I'm not going to keep that because that's just a level 1 spell, so that wouldn't be as powerful as the one that we used. All right, this requires level 26. When we hit 26, we might use that. 7% fire damage, so it does go with our fire damage. So we lose 1 health, but we get damage. I think I will use that. It's interesting. I didn't realize that was going to be an upgrade. And this is a definite upgrade. So we'll take that. There's more upgrades than I realized. So we get damage and health. We lose mana. We also lose some of the benefits of that armor, of that unique Challenger's armor. But we didn't have the set anyway. So I think I'm going to go ahead and move it out. This could be an upgrade once we get to a high enough level. Same with this. I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking at it since we're not high enough level to use it. We'll just hold on to it till we hit to that level. Okay. So that's good. That's all we need to do. We're just going to sell everything that we've already decided on. I'm trying to not overthink it. There is so much loot coming at you. Initially, I was like holding on to uniques and stuff, thinking like, oh, maybe I'll be able to upgrade this. But now I just realized that this is the kind of game that has so much loot coming at you that as you're leveling, you probably don't need to hold on to anything, but we'll see. All right, so I'm going to let you see a little bit more gameplay. If you want to hang out a little further, that's great. If not, I understand. Hopefully you've enjoyed checking this game out with me, though. I am certainly having a good time with it. And we'll just do a little bit more progress here on this map. See if we can't find that cave. And hopefully get some good news on the soldier's brother. But I'm pretty nervous. We are getting some more some enemy types on this map, which is always cool to see some variety. And I like when things are running at me instead of evading me. Some gear is class specific. Some stuff can be worn by all classes. Is this a shrine? I can't tell. Yes. So I started off... Oh, a spider cavern. Hey, we found the cavern. Let me see. Okay, this was the edge of the map over here, right? I started off pretty much picking up everything. And then I just realized that, you know, it's kind of the game is like, okay, you need to figure out, like, what's the most fun way to approach it. And for me, that was to not try to pick up everything. It's just too intense. So, all right, let's see what's in the spider cavern. Oh, that was weird. Seems I am too late. I didn't mean to click on the exit. So we got to clear out the hive, it looks like. How big is this little map going to be? Well, if there's any phobias to spiders, I apologize in advance. Alright, so there are these crystal puzzles. Oh, I got lucky. Oh, I got really lucky. Alright, boop, 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 boop. Then you get a chest. Kind of cool. Breaks up the monotony a little bit. Some of the puzzles I haven't figured out how to do yet, and so I just skip them. But the ones that I kind of get, I just do them real quick. So when it says hive cleared out, I wonder if that is a specific area, if the hive is in a specific area, or it's kind of like they mean the whole cave. Let's hope that there's... Alright, let's go ahead and buff ourselves for this. It looks like we're about to be in a lot of poison. Alright, that was not the hive, apparently. 4 slot bag. Alright. I think the hive is going to be a specific area, but I could be wrong. Yeah, here's the hive. Okay, so this is the hive. Could be a little boss, could just be a more contained area that we have to clear out. I figured that's how it would be, but let's see what this involves. I should be careful. Oh, goodness. Have I gotten a, nope, so we just gotta... Oh, it's not too bad. So if we had, I guess, been moving around a lot, we'd have had tons of enemies while fighting the boss. Alright. Oh, wait. I think I get it. This really is like Simon says. Nice. We got some kind of unique. That looks pretty good. We've had that unique before. So it's good to see that the uniques do come back at different levels. Oh, dancing blades. So next boss fight, we've got a nice nice dancing blade thing to use here. Oh, another unique. That looks like a anchor. Okay, wait. Okay. So, we hit another level. We're getting so much XP. Alright, so there's another upgrade. There's an upgrade just on raw damage at least. Here is this, which is going to be an upgrade again. I hate to lose that other amulet, but I think we just keep going with the upgrades, right? And then this looks good as well. The only thing we're losing is a little bit of health. And yeah, I believe that's it. So we are now all caught up in gear. There's nothing in our bag that we're waiting to level. We are pretty much good. Do we have mastery point? Yep. So we're going to get a little bit more reach. Hit those enemies that are a little farther away from us. We're also going to keep going 1-1 on these on the fire damage. Hope that that continues to pay off. And oh, it's another. Wait, what is this? A unique helm. So the only thing we're losing is 1 damage. We get a ton of mana and health. Light radius, mana regen. I think it's fine. It's a close call, but I think it's fine. Another thing that would be cool is if it'd be so hard in a game like this to do this, but I would love it if the gear changes you make did have a reflection of what your character looked like, you know, in terms of what you're wearing. It doesn't, and I get it, again, with like this style of game. At least you do have some like dyes, like legendary dyes have already dropped for me, and you can change the color of your, you know, the gear you're wearing and stuff, but or what your appearance looks like. I don't know. So I guess that's where we came in. I'm not going to clear out this whole thing. We've done the quest that's down here, so I'm going to just sort of say that's enough. Southern Advance, that gets us back to the top. I do want to go see this purple thing, this shrine or whatever. Alright. Alright, I think I'm going to need to let that call it for me. Again, I'm going to keep working on the build a little bit, and then perhaps I can do an update once the build has a little bit more definition and direction. But for now, let's go turn in the mission to the quest to Private Nick. I was preparing for the worst. I was still hoping for his return. While I shall mourn him long, the death of the Hive Mother makes things easier. I wish I was there to avenge him myself. Thanks for your help, friend. Ooh, and we got a unique piece of armor that actually... I wonder what we do with Jorgen's chest. Which, again, looks like it's another upgrade. Constantly upgrading. And then I will just head back to Chronicon. Alright. Hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you've played it or if it looks fun to you. I have had a really good time. Just very simple, fun, good gameplay loops. Lots of fun, you know, action role-playing game type loot-based combat. Really enjoyed it. See you next time.